G'day everyone, this is my top 20 songs of all time countdown. We're up to number 6 now, and it is another Australian act, I'm proud to say, and it's one of my all-time favourites. The band is Midnight Oil and the song is Back on the Borderline. One of their earlier tracks, but always my favourite Midnight Oil song. This was off Head Injuries, their second album released in late 1979. This single, though, the second single off the album, wasn't released until early 1980. I know that because I remember vividly the first time I heard this song and saw the clip for it. It was on the old Channel 7 program Night Moves, hosted by Lee Simon. And I was sitting there on Friday night watching it, and this band came on, and within 10 seconds I was just going, wow, what is this? They were like a musical tour de force, the unmistakable visage of frontman Peter Garrett, flinging himself around this room clad with lino and plastic. It was a pretty cheap clip, but still very striking, that massive frame of Garrett's and the bald head. You had Rob Hurst banging away on the drums, and this track opens with some sizzling drum rolls from Rob, one of the great drummers. Martin Rotzi and Jim Magini on the guitars, and their original bass player Andrew James on the bass. And it just belts you over the head, this track. It never lets up from the start. This is the Oils at their rockingest, no question about that. I went out and bought the album straight away. They followed this up later in 1980 with the 4-track EP Bird Noises, which contains an instrumental, Wedding Cake Island, but 3 of their probably tougher sounding tracks in their compendium. And if you like heavy edge rock, this is peak Midnight Oil. This album, the Bird Noises EP, and the 1981 album, Place Without a Postcard, probably their heaviest work. And of course, the Oils would go on and become a massive band, not just in Australia, but on the world stage, through albums like Diesel and Dust, Blue Sky Mine. But they were a bit mellower by then. I still love them. I've never seen any band live as much in my life as I did the Oils. Me and my mates were absolute devotees. We went and saw them 5 nights in a row at the Entertainment Centre here in Melbourne in 1983. I saw them 3 nights in a row at the Astor Theatre in St Kilda in 1982. And they were incredible live. Anyone who's seen the Oils will tell you just how breathtaking they were live. And that's, I think, one of the reasons I love this song so much. It really does capture the essence of what they sounded like in a live setting. Just a real bombast about the guitars and the rhythm section. Rob Hurst, apart from being a great drummer, is a fantastic drummer to watch too. Big arm movements and the sticks flying everywhere. And Peter Garrett, as everyone knows, and particularly in his younger days, he was just like one of those whirligig things, just hurling himself across the stage and all over the place. And first time I saw that clip, I just thought, this is incredible. It was probably almost the heaviest sounding Australian music I'd heard till that stage, and that really, I guess, in a way, sort of launched my love of harder sounding rock, which probably got harder and harder as I got older. But the Oils did a lot of stuff over the years, one of the most important acts in Australian music history. But I think this is as good a track as they ever produced, and really sums up what they were about in that earlier phase of their career. I'm sure most people have heard it. If you haven't, do have a listen to the clip I've attached to this tweet. Have a listen to the whole album, Head Injuries, and then check out their other stuff too, because they were a fantastic band and a fantastic band to watch live. So that is number 6, Back on the Borderline by Midnight Oil, one of the Aussie greats. I'll be back shortly with number 5.